All right, then we built this web page, and we were looking at it, some kind of reduced width, because we made it fit in the screen by reducing the width. But if we actually maximize this, you will see that the look of it isn't very appealing. We have our content span across the entire width of the browser. There are a couple of things that we want to do to this document. First of all, we want to put every bit of the content of this website inside a container, give it a class name of container. Once we have done that, we will then be able to assign some kind of a maximum width to this page so that it doesn't extend beyond that size at any point in time. Now, this is what I mean. We will, first of all, wrap everything in here with a div. So we're going to enter a div, and when we do, we will take everything that we have inside this body, cut it out, and paste inside the div. The class, we said we were going to give it a class of container. We will save. We still have the same broad page, but if we look at the view source, you will see that we have a div with a class called container right there in our markup. So let's go back to that container, and we want to now assign a width. The page is going to be a maximum of 960 pixels. And now this will not matter whether we minimize or maximize, or we go down. You see the scroll bar beginning to appear at the bottom because we actually set 960 pixels for the width. But if we use something called the max width, it means that it could shrink to be less than this, but should not be more than that. So you see, it becomes a bit more responsive, that we don't have a scroll bar here. It resizes itself, but it cannot extend beyond 960 pixels. The next thing that we might want to do is center. Now this is what it is. We assigned margin, top and bottom value of 0. This is the short form that I told you. We have top and bottom of 0 and left and right of auto, meaning that the browser should calculate the values to distribute between the left and the right. So all the space we had at the right side of this page is now divided into two and then shared between the left side of the margin and the right side of the margin, thus making our page to sit right in the middle, right there. The next thing we want to do is to look at this banner section here. We would like this banner section to be inside another div, and we're going to call that banner. Give it a class with the name banner, and then we will use the CSS style to target that very class and make changes to it. Let's do that. With image, we can type a dot followed by a class name and hit tab, and the code will be created for you. Quick, easy, and it's very helpful. So let's nest everything in there. So this is our div nested in parent div. So this div is going to also take the full width of the parent div, and we give it a class name of banner. Now we will go over to the banner section, and then we will style the banner. But even with that, I still want to go ahead and create another div called banner text, which will be the div that will hold these texts. So watch how the markups are nested. We have our H1, our H2, then we have them placed inside the div with a class name of banner text. Then banner text div is placed in another div called banner. Then banner is placed in another div called container. That's how we'll be nesting our divs, as we go. But when you look at the main page, you see absolutely no difference. The difference will come right up when we begin to use our CSS codes to change what this looks like to the end user. Let's do that. So we've assigned a background color. You can use a hex value. You can use a hex value for the background color right there. So let's change the H1 and the H2 values to white. That's it there. Let's add some padding. So the next thing we want to do is, this is some sort of a banner, right? And you can see that immediately we have created some kind of a dummy banner. But I haven't showed you how these classes work. I will want to go ahead and refactor this code a little extra just to make it look different.